Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine. Today we're going to talk about a very popular topic. Which is better, Xcaret Arte or Impressions Moxché by Secrets? First of all, I want to say thank you for watching this video. This is my second video I have made so far in YouTube. I recently started my channel. The first one is a review of Xcaret Arte. It's in Spanish. If you don't speak Spanish, you can watch it with the subtitles for now, but I'm going to try and make it in English because a lot of people have been asking me. And there's also a lot of shorts which you can see clips of the property. So now let's get to it. Let's debate Xcaret Arte and Impressions Moxché by Secrets. First of all, I'm going to tell you, this is a very positive review. These are amazing resorts. They're both 5 diamond properties, so there's like nothing to not love. You're going to be super pampered, super feel like amazing when you're at these resorts. But the question comes, there's a lot of money to go to these resorts. So people want to know, like, especially the people that have been at Xcaret Arte, they want to know, like, is Impressions worth it? Should I really go there? So something I'm going to say first, when I visited Xcaret Arte, we did not upgrade to Casa Artistas, which is the highest level of Xcaret Arte. I did upgrade to a river suite because I wanted that nice view of the river. And I'm super glad I did because the room we got, it was beautiful. It was just so very peaceful. In the morning, I would just come out. They had the hammock there. I would drink my coffee. My husband would sit there. It was an amazing, amazing view. Now for this visit at Impressions, we did upgrade to Impressions. So the property, the rest of the property, it's Secrets. So in the difference, it's like kind of 3 categories because with Secrets Resorts, you pay for Secrets, but then if you want more perks, you got to be preferred. And then there's Impressions, which is a completely different building, as you can see here. This is the building that you can see that's on the right side with the rooftop pool. And then the entire other property is Secrets. And in the middle there is Preferred. And in the top is the Preferred rooftop pool. So you only have access to this area if you pay for Preferred. So when I went to Xcaret, we did get to visit Casa Artistas. Like I just told them that I wasn't staying there. I just wanted to take a look and I just wanted to get a feel of the property. And he was very nice and he just let me walk because as soon as you walk into Artistas to the rooftop pool, you have to give your room number. And otherwise you don't have access. They don't let you in. So when I said that, he just said, yeah, you can walk. And I just wanted to get the feel of it. And then I did walk through the buildings and I just wanted to get the idea. So when I booked Xcaret Arte, I kind of didn't feel the need for what they were offering me to upgrade to Artistas because the resort is so good of everything I had seen. For those that haven't visited Xcaret Arte yet, if you're staying there in Artistas, then you get access to a separate pool, you get access to the rooftop pool, and you get a butler, and you have access to the sister resort, Xcaret Mexico. So you can visit there, and you can have the Sunday brunch, which is known to be much better than the one at Xcaret. Everybody raves about this brunch. I was interested, but I don't know, maybe for a future. But at the moment, I kind of just felt that everything I had seen, like I said, I was good. And it was good. It was an amazing experience. So when I went to Xcaret Arte, I did not feel that I missed out on anything. I did want to see Xcaret Mexico because in the future I would like to visit there. That was the only thing. But if I'm not mistaken, it was like $300 or $400 more per night. And I kind of couldn't justify that because we were already paying a lot. So now for Impressions, when I was looking through it and I was looking through the information, I felt you did kind of have to upgrade. And I feel you do. I feel to get the level of service that we got at Xcaret Arte and kind of like the feel, you have to be Impressions. Not that the service was bad. Both properties, you're going to have amazing, spectacular service. But the difference is that with Xcaret Arte, they go like extremely above and beyond. They get to know you. They want to know you. They want to have a conversation. Like that more intimate feel. Like we went to the main pool a lot of times and they knew us. The second day that we went back, they knew who we were. They knew our last names. And here I didn't see that. Like I said, the service was spectacular in Impressions as well. But they do their job and they just try that you're happy and if they're efficient, they bring you everything quick. So it's not that that's going to ruin your vacation, but I did notice that different in Xcaret. So now let's go about the overall feel of both properties. I will say I have more content of impressions because now that I went as with the mentality as a travel content creator. I have always liked making videos and taking pictures, but it wasn't to create content. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't have of Xcaret Arte. So in a way, you kind of can see then, well, it looks nice or impressions. No, they're both beautiful properties. They have two completely different themes. Here you can see Xcaret Arte is very colorful. It's a lot of green. It's a lot of purple. It's orange. Each casa has a different theme. We were in Casa Pirámide, and here is green. It's just a beautiful Mexican feel, happy vibe. Now, impressions, everything is very elegant. It's like a masculine, dark feel. Everything is marble. It's wood. It's dark. So needless to say, both properties are beautiful, but they're completely different. It's a completely different vibe. So now for Xcaret Arte, I'm going to give you kind of like I said, there's nothing really negative of either resorts. There's just things that are like a little more perks, a little different. With Xcaret Arte, we were pampered kind of from the airport because they have their lounge going on. Then you wait in an AC room. They serve you hot tea. They serve you water, whatever you want, or sodas. They have some light snacks. They have the complimentary transportation of the bus that goes around through all the terminals. You need to have your boarding pass of the same day. The bus is beautiful, it's comfortable, it's big, it reclines, it has the bathroom, and then in there they also give you sodas. They talk about the property. So when we got to the property, it was beautiful. It's breathtaking. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful lobby. As soon as we got there, we were greeted by the staff. They give you a towel. We got like lollipops. But I will say, when we went to check in, it was late in the afternoon. We thought it was going to be easy. It was not. Check-in took over an hour for us to waiting in line and then to go to our casa. I know if you stay at Artistas, it's like a express check-in and you get a butler. Now, when we went to Impressions, in Impressions, you get a butler. So if the room is available, which it was when we arrived, we did the check-in in the room, which I thought was pretty cool because it was no wait. So that kind of made our, like our arrival, like it felt more personalized, a little more luxurious. But then again, like I said before, in this case, it's not like apples to apples because I was not at Casa Artistas. Now, the lobby of Impressions really did impress me. This resort lobby is breathtaking. You can see the entire property as soon as you walk in, and the same thing. The staff immediately greeted us. They took our luggage. They provided us with towels that smell amazing, greeted us with water, with Prosecco. So it was also a beautiful experience. And something I did like, this is like a secrets thing, they don't have bracelets. So I did like that because I really don't like the bracelets and I don't like the cards. At Xcaret, you get a bracelet, which is the worst bracelet I've had because it's chunky, it's big. You can see it. I did not like that. So I did prefer this of Secrets that there's no bracelet. Now let's talk about the rooms. The rooms were beautiful at both properties. Xcaret has going on the colorful. The room is facing the door, so that I love more. When you open your curtain, then you feel right away like that nice peaceful thing. Impressions is like on the traditional side of the wall, but they have a button and then the curtains just open automatically, and I thought that was pretty cool. Now, as you can see, the room and Impression is so elegant and it completely blew my mind. Like, this is the most stunning, spacious, beautiful room I have ever stayed at. And then it has two tubs. It has the outside one, it has the one indoors, and it just feels more elegant. It's beautiful. The amenities here are also insane. In Xcaret Arte, we had a lot of amenities. They're very similar, but the products they use is their own, and they did smell really good. Impressions has Le Labo, the soap, the conditioner, the shampoo, the body lotion. Now let's talk about the property. Both properties are beautiful. You feel on both resorts like you're in a nice oasis, like paradise and jungle feel. You can't go wrong, like I said, with either of these properties. There's a lot of similarities on both of these resorts. Let's let's talk about the food. I always have mixed feelings with resorts and the food. So in both resorts, the food was amazing, and it's been the best food I've had at resorts. Some things. When it comes to breakfast, I enjoyed more Impressions because they have more sit-down restaurants than Xcaret did. However, I know if you're staying at Casa Artistas, then you have Kiwi Kiwi, but then everything is buffet. Like, and the buffet is beautiful. I did love this of Xcaret because the buffet, like, that's the most amazing buffet I've seen. When it comes to lunch, there's more options also on Impressions. Like, they have Cielo restaurant, which they're open for lunch and dinner. And this is at the rooftop pool. I'll get to that later on. But this is an actual restaurant, not like Xcaret that they bring you to your chair. This is a physical, big, beautiful restaurant. It's just gorgeous. And there was one day that rained, and we were able to just stay there on the table and get drinks and get our food. So we were not affected because we had this beautiful space, and we're still looking at the property that's gorgeous. We're looking at the pools, even though it was raining. I took some playing cards. I have waterproof playing cards, so that was beautiful there. So in that sense, Impressions win. When it comes to dinners, I will say I enjoyed more the dinners also at Impressions than at Xcaret. Seaside, Cielo, the dinners were amazing. Allora, the Italian dinner, it was elegant. It was extremely elegant. It was so delicious. We had the truffle pizza, and that's really the best pizza I've had in my life. It's an upcharge if you're not Impressions. It's $80. I wouldn't pay the $80 just because $80 for pizza kind of sounds crazy, and it's pizza, but we were Impressions, it was free, and I'm glad I tried it because it's really amazing. And then they put this big piece of burrata, and it was just wow. Everything else we had, the lasagna, the pasta, everything was delicious. Also at the Japanese restaurant Suki, which kind of disappointed me because I had a lot of hopes on this restaurant. It was just not there. Like, Xcaret Arte wins. Like, that was my favorite restaurant at the property. The specialty restaurants that Xcaret has, like Encanta, Chino Poblano, I was expecting more because, it was like Encanta was a very fun dinner, but it wasn't like all that hype. And then Chino Poblano, it was like we really did not enjoy any of the dishes, the mixes. They were weird. Like the restaurant itself, they were all beautiful. The structure, they're just beautiful. The service, but the food, it was just like, okay, it's missing. When we went to Arenal for lunch, that was amazing. But for dinner, we had the tomahawk steak, and we had the ribeye and the filet mignon. I believe my husband had. Now it's a buffet for dinner, but the restaurant that's at the main pool, it was like sit down, and everything was good there. Another restaurant we also enjoyed was Cantina VIP. This was for dinner. We never visited for lunch. I know they're open, but we didn't go. We went to dinner, and we really enjoyed the typical dishes they had. It's a beautiful space, and everything was absolutely incredible. We visited there a couple of times, and they also have music going on until 1 o'clock, I believe, and it's a beautiful place. The room service, they both had like amazing breakfast. Both resorts, equally the same, no difference. Another point that people complain about Secrets is that you can't make reservations. In Impressions, you can with your butler. All restaurants opened at 6, so we didn't have a problem being there at 6, and we were always in the first group to eat. The reason why it takes long is because they take their time with you. So you're not feeling like here in the US, there's a lot of restaurants that you go, and it's like they're rushing you. Like they bring you the appetizers, and right away it's like, okay, so we're eating, and then they bring you the food. There's places I've been that they're good and the service is amazing, but I'm not even done with the appetizers and kind of the food is coming out already. Here, it's like you get to enjoy your appetizers, and then they bring you a drink. So that's the reason why it takes long, and people complain that the waiting time is long if you don't eat early. So there was one night that we ate, and I don't know, it was probably like 7:15, 7 something. I said, oh, let's go to the Italian and check it out, see if we can get a table, just try an appetizer or two. And the wait was 90 minutes. We're like, what? So we weren't hungry. We grabbed the pager, and then you could just walk. You can go up to the bar. You could grab a drink. So that's nice. Then you don't have to just be sitting there waiting. They tell you, you know, when the pager just rings, just make sure you come. It was almost close to the 90 minutes, like the 90 minutes where they still hadn't called us. My husband said, okay, this is not worth it. We're not hungry. Let's just go and we'll come another day. Let's just go and you know, have drinks. And when I went back to the restaurant and gave the pager and I said it's still away, she was like, yeah, there's still like 3 more tables. So it was going to be more than 90 minutes. So I can understand why some people complain, you know, that's kind of an inconvenience. So now for Xcaret Arte, that's one of the things I love the most, because 30 days out, I was able to send my wish list and all the restaurants that I wanted to eat and the times I wanted to eat. So by the time I got there, I didn't have to worry about that. For me, that was awesome at Xcaret. Let's talk about the drinks. The drinks options, they were good at both properties. They were very good. I will say I don't eat a lot of sugar, and I don't drink sweet stuff. So I don't have a lot of recommendations on drinks because of that, because the few things I tried, it was like, I'm going to give it a try to see. And I was like, yeah, it's sweet. So the things I enjoyed the most at Xcaret were the mojito, the margarita. And I did love more that when I told them like, oh, I don't really drink a lot of very sweet things. Like I don't use sugar. And he was like, oh, no problem. I'm going to go right there and make it for you. And he went and made me like a skinny mojito. And I love that, because when we went to Pueblo Bonito in Pacifica, they also did that for me. Here, it was like, oh, it's sweet, you don't like it? Oh, you know, like, okay, what else can I give you? You know? So that I did love more about Xcaret. Like I said before, they kind of pamper you a little more in that sense. And I will say about the alcohol, that the alcohol options are more premium at Xcaret Arte than in Impressions, because at Xcaret Arte, everywhere I went, I was able to drink Don Julio 70, which is what I drink at home, and 1800 Cristalino. And I had it at the pool, I had it at Cantina VIP, I had it everywhere. Here, I could only have it at the Impressions building. So here in Impressions, what I did try was the Aperol, and it was incredible. And then the other drinks I tried, espresso martini, so good. We had that every day at the Impressions lobby. We also had the Aperol margarita, and it was so good. I did try a regular margarita and it was too sweet. And I did notice that it was very consistent. The drinks were very consistent throughout the property. Most resorts that you go to, you need to go to the bar, like the lobby bar or like a martini bar for you to get like good drinks, usually in the pool or sometimes even in the restaurants. They're like, okay, here throughout the property, they were amazing everywhere. In Xcaret, it varied a lot. There were kind of inconsistencies in the drinks, but like I said, they will make it for me like however I want it. So it's like a 50-50 in between both. So now let's talk about the pools. Oh my God, the pools at Impressions, they impress me. There's so many pools at this resort. The main pool is beautiful, is big, it's spacious, but there are so many others pools, and there was a lot of people, and you don't feel like there's a lot of people at the resort because there's so many pools. It's insane. And then they have little cenotes, they have jacuzzis. Like Impressions win when it comes to the property feel of the pools. It's amazing. The pool at Xcaret Arte, we loved it. The main pool, they had the rooftop pool in Xcaret, but they were small. So here, like the Observatory Preferred pool was beautiful. That's a whole vibe. And then they have their restaurant as well. So in that field, like it's more impressive at Impressions. So now let's talk about Artistas and Impressions. So when I went to the rooftop of Artistas, it was kind of like the one at Casa Pirámide, which was our casa. It was a very nice rooftop pool. The one at Casa Pirámide was very small, very intimate, very quiet, not much going on there. And they didn't serve food at this casa. Now, in Casa Artistas, they do serve food, but like I said before, they bring it to you. And it's a nice pool. It's beautiful, but Impressions win. Impression has 2 pools in the rooftop, and then it has a jacuzzi, and then it has the restaurant, and then it has so many chairs, loungers. It's just, they win. they win. It's amazing. Then if you stay in at Impressions, beside these two pools, there's an additional two pools, one at the restaurant Seaside, and then next to it, there's another pool. So there's a total of 4 pools secluded just for Impressions guests. The beach, they're both bad. Like, you don't go to these resorts for the beach. They're both bad, but the river, Xcaret has the river going on where, you know, it's very nice. We did that activity one of the days and it was very relaxing. You get to see the property and it was beautiful. But Impressions has more sand wise of the beach for you to sit with these beautiful loungers. It's a bigger space. It feels more open. And as you can see here is it's beautiful. I don't have much of Xcaret Arte of the sand, but it's smaller. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the butlers. So by being in Impressions, you get a butler. So the butlers, I've heard at Xcaret Arte that the butlers, everyone raves. I've never read anything negative of a butler at Xcaret Arte. And I can only imagine, because how I said, we were not artistas and the staff was just extremely outstanding. Now with Impressions, I'm not gonna say we had a bad experience because they weren't bad, but they weren't good either. Like they were basic. For example, the day we got there, we didn't get a butler because they said you have 2 butlers. We were told that he was sick and then she was almost ending her shifts. Next day, we go to the Impressions pool, the rooftop, and it was about 1 in the afternoon by the time we headed. And I was wondering because I really didn't know the pool, so I didn't know what to do, how to get towels. And he was a butler and he saw me and he was like, "Oh, hi, how are you? You okay? Anything you need?" And I said, "Oh, I just trying to find, you know, where to sit. If I just want to make sure I can sit wherever I want and I need, you know, where to get the towels." And he was like, "Oh, my name is such and such and I'm a butler, but I'll help you. Let me just finish with my, you know, my guests that I'm showing them the pool." He took them to the pool. And I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Where's your butler?" And I said, "Oh, I haven't met them yet." And he said, "When did you get here?" I said, "Oh, yesterday afternoon." He was like, "You haven't met your butlers?" I said, "No, she was the morning one butler. She was almost leaving when we arrived, and then the male butler was sick." He was like, "Okay, but what about today?" I said, No, nobody's approached us." And he immediately called, where like the speakers that they have, and he called by our last names and our room, like immediately report to the rooftop of Cielo to meet your guests. Like, why haven't you? I overheard him say that. So I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of like not me, just being picky, because I did find it odd that nobody introduced himself, because you get the butler service, I believe it's from 8 in the morning or 7 to 11 p.m. and nobody approached us that day. So then she came a little while. She was like, "Oh, hi, I'm your butler. How are you?" I was like, "Oh, hi. Okay, nice to meet you." She didn't say anything, you know, like no, sorry, no, nothing. She said hi. And she said, "Oh, is it okay we do a WhatsApp, you know, chat?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, fine." She was like, "Okay, I'll send you information through there so we can communicate through there." Then she left. I'm not really a person like, "Oh my God, I need a butler." I really care more to having a butler just to reserve my dinners. That's in the space, like a chair at the pool. And this resort, you really don't need that. So like, it didn't affect my vacation at all. And even if I had a bad butler, it wouldn't affect my vacation. Because if you're going to a resort that you get a butler, you're going to a good resort. You know what I mean? But those are just things that you notice, little details that you're like, okay, but not for anything. That's your job. So then the third day, they wrote in the chat and just said, "Good morning. If there's anything you need, let us know." And then said, that I did find cool. They send you everything that's going to happen. Like, it's like a PDF that they have that all butlers send to their guests of everything. Because a lot of restaurants are not open certain days. And I'm just going to attach it here so you guys can see it. So they send that every day. And then before she will leave, she will say, "Okay, I'm leaving. If you need anything, let us know." I did say to her, "Oh, just, you know, if you can go to the room." I had a tip for her. So then she went. She didn't go inside the room. And I gave her a tip. She was like, "Okay, oh my God, thank you. That's so nice of you." She walked away. And we never met the male butler, like the whole time we were there. See, I said, "I have a little present for you. I'm going to leave it at the secrets box so you can come pick it up because we're going to dinner." And he said, okay. He picked it up, but he never said thank you for the tip or anything like that. That kind of did bother me. It's like, that's rude. You know, like I'm taking my time to give you a tip with a little gift and you can't say thank you. And never took the time to approach us. Like I said, I never met him. Meanwhile, my sister-in-law, her butler was amazing and he did so much for them. He was very helpful. He was always like checking on them. He did a lot of little details in the room. He was always checking on them. And we ended up giving him a tip because he was just so nice to us. He was very nice. His name is Luis and he is a very, very nice man. So he deserves a special mention just because he's very nice. We saw him like, I don't know, like throughout the day, we will see him like 5-6 times. Oh, are you guys okay? How are you doing? You guys are in the pool. Oh, how are you doing? And then he knew that happened to us. So he would ask us if we wanted anything. He arranged our treatment at the spa. And our butlers never told us about that you get a complimentary spa treatment. And he did it for us. So we wouldn't have gotten that if it wasn't for him. So you see like those difference, those are little details that they kind of matter. He gave them a tour of everything and explained things to them. So that's the point of having a butler, that they're going to tell you things that you don't know, like things of the room, what you're entitled to, what you're going to get. You know, he drew a bath for them, you know, like that type of thing. I did speak with another couple that was there, and they go to Akumal and Maroma, and they were saying like in impressions here, the butler that's a joke because they had the same experience as us. They had never met their butlers. Their butlers just send them the messages through WhatsApp, like the basic they send you in the morning and at night. Like in the morning, hi, if you need anything, let me know. And at the end, I'm leaving. If you anything, let me know. I will say in Xcaret Arte, like I said before, I was not artistas, and the way they took care of us, everywhere we went, they asked us, are you guys celebrating anything special? And they gave us little anniversary gifts every single dinner we went. And one day we were in the pool and our waitress, she said, oh, hi, how are you know, like, what are you guys here for? Is this your first time? Whatever. And I said, yeah, we took this vacation to celebrate our anniversary. And since it was the 4 of us, she did this. They all came, like 5 of them. She did herself these drinks for us. To me, I was speechless at this moment because I didn't ask for that. Like, she just did it. And it was a little detail, but it meant so much. And that's what I mean at Xcaret. Like, they just go above and beyond. So like I said, it's amazing at both resorts. But the only reason that would be a deal breaker for you if you want to feel like so spoiled, but to me it's not a deal breaker, but it's kind of like you see it like, oh wow, they really take more of their time there. That type of thing. So to end this video, I hope you guys liked it. I hope this answered like all your questions of the 2 properties. Is it worth it? To me, they're equally worth it. I would definitely return to both properties. So this ends this video. I hope you guys loved it. If you did like everything I said, if you found it entertaining, helpful, feel free to leave some comments, subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a full review of impressions, just like of all the details, overview. I will also show in other videos, I have drone footage of the property that it just looks incredibly amazing. So I will be sharing a lot more information. And also in the comments, I'm going to link my Amazon storefront. And in the album Travel Essentials, you can find like all the essentials of things that I take that are very helpful. Stay tuned for my future properties. Bye-bye.